I'm going to show just a few seconds of this video, and then I want to talk about it. These kids are barricaded in their high school. Look, they're calm. They're quiet. They're talking on the phone. They're quiet. They're just sitting. You don't hear people crying. You don't hear upset. And somebody comes knocking on the door. So they said that there was an announcement that there was an active shooter. So they went into what they've been trained to do. And somebody comes knocking on the door and says there's sheriff's office. And they're so trained for an active shooter. For like a second, they're like, oh, it's a sheriff, let's go. And then like, no, let's make sure it's a sheriff. Look at these kids taking care of each other. Nobody's freaking out.
Yeah, it's safe to come on.
No, we're not willing to take that risk right now. I can't hear you. We're not taking that risk right now. Okay, well, come this way with my man, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So these kids are so on point. The person knocking at the door said bro, and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not a sheriff's officer. That's the shooter. So now that this is over and I've read a lot of the comments, nobody has verified that that really was the active shooter. It's a possibility it was. And the video goes on further to they're like, okay, we don't know if he's going to start shooting through the door. So you see they're running to the left. They all bail out a window, because if that's the shooter, he's there at the door. So they bailed out the window and ran across the yard to the arms of school officials and police that said, come on in here, you're fine in here, you're fine in here. My thing is look at the state of this world. Look at the state of this world. School shootings happen so frequently that these high school students were trained. They knew what to do. They did what they had trained to do. Watching this video of everybody sitting around quietly while mayhem goes around them, they're on their phone, they're quiet. That's what I witnessed in Afghanistan. That's what I had witnessed in bunkers when it was just so normal. It was such a normal thing. You sat in the bunker and you chit-chatted and you talked on your phone, but you were aware. These are teenagers in America. These teenagers are sitting here well-trained on what to do in case of emergency. Now, when they realize that they need to get out of there, yeah, some girls were whimpering, some people were very anxious, understandable. But for the most part, kudos to Oxford High School in Michigan for training these teenagers on how to save themselves, and them to be able to be calm and work together on this. That is absolutely incredible, and I hope it's like this across the world. Unfortunately, they have to be like that. Something else, I saw a lot of flack going on about the media, the first image they provided of the 15-year-old. I saw it on a TikTok, and it was a very angelic looking boy. In the picture, he had to be 9 or 10. And he even had his hands in a praying fashion. And people are going crazy saying that the media spent 2 days looking for the most innocent looking picture of the kid to provide. And that wasn't true at all. That was not true at all. The first picture that was all over the media was him in handcuffs. So I only saw one person going on about that, saying how the media was intentionally looking to downplay it and make it look like a very innocent kid. That, if anybody else saw that, let me know. But I saw that in one case, and it really infuriated me, because it just absolutely was not true. I have yet to see that angelic image of that 15-year-old anywhere. The one and only place I ever saw it was on that woman's TikTok video. But anyway, as it is now, Friday, 5 p.m., December 3rd, his parents are going to be charged with manslaughter, and they have fled. Their lawyer says, no, they haven't fled. They'll be back. But they are on the run right now, and that is a shame. That is a shame that that kid's parents, they weren't going to hold their child responsible for good weapons training, and they were not going to hold themselves responsible for not getting that boy help and making sure he did not hurt anyone. There's people dead in this situation. It is very, very sad. Here they are fleeing out the window to the building across the yard, and people are telling them, you're fine in here, you're fine in here. But anyway, if anybody knows if that really was a sheriff's officer or not, I'd be interested to know, because if that really was the shooter, oh my God, how terrifying that those teenagers had to live through that. Bye.